in.
Hi, this is Palmer from TYT Yugioh, and I'm doing my Qliphort deck profile for the April 2016 ban list. And we're taking a brain vacation. We're playing Qli, you know. We pay 8, we win game. Scout's really important, really good card. We put 1 Monolith. It's only good because it's a scale 1 and it's a normal monster. The effect that you draw cards on the end phase when you tribute's good, but most of the time with this deck, you run so few monsters, you only tribute summon once or twice in a duel, and you should win by then, or you're going to lose because they'll have MST or Twin Twister or just out your monsters. But this card's really important. It's a normal monster. You need to search it with Summoner's Heart. We're playing 2 Stealth. This card's really important because it's scale 1 and its effect is broken where you just can't chain to the effect. So like if you like Stormforth a Dante and you make this chain link 1, they can't add back with Dante or like use Seer or anything that went to the graveyard. So that's really important. I'm playing 2 Shell. This would be a Cephalopod, but no one in like 2 locals in the last like 3 days has Cephalopod, and I asked a bunch of people if they could find it. They just don't know where they are. So Cephalopod, the only thing different between Shell and Cephalopod is its tribute summon effect, where Cephalopod burns them for the monsters in their grave. It's really important against Burning Abyss nowadays because Burning Abyss plays so many high monster counts, like 30 monsters, including Maxis and stuff, where you just have to burn them in late game. But it's a scale 9, which is important because we're playing 5 scale 1s and then 4 scale 9s, including Scout. And then like 2 Carrier. This is the best little guy to tribute because bouncing monsters is super important. If you do this with Stealth, it's really easy to break up BA boards. You bounce Beatrices with this. This card's really important, scale 1. It only play 1 Helix because it pops back row and it's a scale 9. That's the main reason, but it's also level 6, so it's really good with Stormforth. We play a very specific Qli ratio. We play 4 scale 9s and then 5 scale 1s because Scout is any card in the deck, but you still need to play these just in case they MST Scout or a Scout gets outed. So that's how we're playing these. And then moving on to the spells. I'm playing 3 card Demise. This is the reason why this deck works. We're only playing 9 monsters, and in reality, only 7 of them are actual monsters because these are specifically only for scales. So, card Demise, you just draw into floodgates, draw into powerful cards. Like, there's no reason not to play it in this deck. You don't special summon it at all that much, because most of the time your turn 1's going to end with, like, 4 sets, and then Sacrifice and a Stealth, or Sacrifice and a Scout, and some sort of monster on the field. And it's because of this card. This card is really broken. As we play a 3-pod Duality, it digs into your deck for... Basically, you're digging for this card. And once you get it, you win. So, pot's really important. It searches out... It helps you get the Scout, and then another way to get the Scout is 3 Summoner's Art. Like, we're playing 3, because if you open Scout, you win most of the time. Scout's really important. So, like, we use... These cards dig for Scout, and they also dig for traps and just other floodgates. Next is 2 Stormforth. Stormforth is really important, because you have to... There's not many outs to Cosmos ships in your deck, besides, like, Tribute Summoning for a Stealth or a Shell, and then attacking over it with Carrier in the scale or Helix in the scale to lower their attack, but they float into it, so this is really important. And also, against BA, if you Stormforth and then tribute one of their monsters or one of your monsters for a Stealth, if you make Stealth Chainlink 1 or Chainlink 4, it doesn't matter. They can't respond with BA effects, so if you tribute a Dante, they won't add back, they can't activate Seer effects. This card's really important. Next up, we play some field spells. We play 2 Necro Valley and then 1 Laser Clip. Laser Clip's important because it's a searchable way to summon. And we also play Terraforming. Terraforming searches all of these, but a lot of times Necro Valley is not as good, or you just need to do the extra normal summon to do like 2 Monolith draws in the end phase. So that's why we're playing this. And then Necro Valley is just really good against the meta. It's really good against Fire King Cosmo because against Fire King Cosmo, if they use Fire King Island, their ships can't get banished. And this is really good against Sword Troopers. Just about every Cosmo card Necro Valley is good against. And then, so that's it for the field spells. And then we play the really broken spell, Sacrifice. This card's unfair, has 4 effects. There's no reason why this card should be legal. And that card should never been made. And we play 1 Defisher. Defisher's really good against... Defisher's good against every deck. Like, no deck plays good with... Like, Fire King Cosmo can't out Defisher a lot of times because... Well, they can't play under Defisher, that's what I meant to say. So that's really important. Next up to traps. We play 3 Rivalry. Rivalry is insane. Like, every deck dies to Rivalry except for Qliphort and, like, other decks like Despots, random rogue decks. So, Rivalry against Cosmo, they can only have sidekicks, they can only have machines. This card's insane. Like, it beats every other deck. We're playing 2 Chaos Trap Hole. I was playing 3 for a while, but I cut it for another card. I kept losing to Twin Twister, so I started playing Magic Drain. This card's insane. We decide Deflector, but game 1, you can just lose to a lot of random things, and actually negating Cosmo Town with Magic Drain is insane. Like, you kill people with it. But they could, like, you either make them neg-1 to activate their Cosmotown, which you should already be ahead because you have Scout. So, yeah, Magic Drain's really good. I really like it a lot. I'm playing 2 Strike. Strike's not as good as it was. It was like, against the Pendulum deck, Strike's really insane. But against every other deck, it's pretty subpar. Like, against Cosmo, you can strike a Pilot, but that doesn't matter. It's good against striking ships if you have Necro Valley, but other than that, it's pretty unoptimal. We play Warning as the last counter trap, because Warning outs everything. We play 1 Emptiness, this card's insane. 1 Macro, this card's insane. Regularly, it's a searchable breakthrough skill. And it's really good. It's good when you Pendulum Summon Qliphorts too. You don't Pendulum Summon often, but Pendulum Summoning Qliphorts under this card's insane. And 1 Skill Drain, this card's unfair. Let's move on to the extra deck. We have a lot of Aggron cards, you know, Pokemon cards. The extra deck doesn't matter. I do have Reapers, but a friend is borrowing them for ARG Charlotte. This is the only relevant card you'll ever make in your extra deck, because you make it with Scales Up, they can't kill it, and you just attack for 2,000 twice. Like, you never use the extra deck. It's not worth it. You don't have to do anything with it. For the side, we're playing 3 MST. MST is really important in this deck because you can't play Twin Twister, because you accrue a lot of your advantage through Scout, and paying 8 to search a monster a lot of times will be the only monster in your hand, or it's going to go into a Pendulum Scale, just Pendulum Summon. So that's, and there's no real floodgates that hurt you. The only thing you're trying to bait out is Strike, but even then it's not even that good. Next up, 2 System Down. Cosmo is by far your hardest matchup, and we side really hard for it. But System Down's pretty lackluster. Probably this is going to change to Cyber Dragon, but I don't want to play other monster cards because of Demise. I want to be able to set cards. Third Stormforth, this comes in against Cosmo. This card's really insane. I play 3 Magic Deflector. This is the best card in the deck, in the side deck by far. I side this in against every matchup, no matter what it is, because every matchup's going to side Twin Twister for you. We're already playing Magic Drain, but Deflector stops like almost every spell card. So if I have Deflector and Magic Drain, a lot of times, like BA can't out your floodgates, Cosmo won't out your floodgates, because you'll Magic Drain their main card that they're gonna activate, like a normal spell like Cosmotown, and you'll just Deflector the Twin Twister, and it's game most of the time. We're talking 2 Iron Wall. This card's important because Cosmo and randomly Infernoid still is played at our local sometimes, so that's good. 2 Master Restrict. You still beat Monarch. You know what card beats Monarch is Deflector, because they can't play under Deflector. So this card's insane. Rivalry beats that deck too. Soul Drain for decks is good against. I didn't want to main Soul Drain because I'm paying a lot of life in this deck, and I think that Macro and Doomfisher do the same thing. And if I were to main it, I would take out a Rivalry, but I think Rivalry is more powerful in this card right now. And then the last card in the deck is a Climate Change. Climate Change is just good because you side it in a lot of the time if you know for a fact they side Twin Twister, because they're gonna hit your Scout and you just add it back. So yeah, that's the deck profile. I would have Reapers in the side, but they're not with me currently. So Palmer from TYT signing out.